Here we are with another crazy custom that has been floating around in Haji's head for a long time, almost since the first days of our channel. What we have here is a Matchbox Chevrolet stepside. What I've been wanting to do with this is, if anybody from my generation used to watch the original CHiP's, not that shitty ass remake of a movie, but it's a poor excuse, but the original one, Officer John Baker used to drive a GMC pickup from this same style. Now, I don't have a GMC, but I'm sure we can remove a lot of the Chevrolet emblem on the front and back, throw a roll bar, or throw a push bar on the brush guard on the front, and you'll never see it. But like I say, this one here has been one I'm wanting to do. I have a Tomica Chevrolet stepside, but it's a little bit smaller than this scale, and I think it will be easier for me to tape and airbrush the silver stripes that are on John's truck. Now, Matchbox did one for this. Let me go get it if I can find it. Where did I put it? Stand by. I should have had this ready. Oh well. There it is. Matchbox did this one. And how close is that? If you know what the truck looks like, it's just like this, but the stripes are like that on the truck. They put the damn stripes upside down. That would have been almost perfect. But we're going to make it right. We're going to make it cool. So stand by and let's take this baby apart and get started. Okay, and here we got our tools set up, so let's get a crack in here. Let's crack this baby open. Let's see what we have. There's one. Okay. Here's two. Alrighty. First and foremost, that will come out. He did not have a sunroof in his, so we will be filling that roof. We will not be, although these are really cool wheels and I like these wheels. Matchbox actually has better wheels than Hot Wheels does now. Can you believe that? It's crazier than hell. But I got a set of wheels already picked out here. Let me find them. These are the just a set of wagon wheels. Of course, they're going to need to be, I'm going to raise this up just a hair, but I'm not going to make it into the sky, but we're going to use, he had a factory GM wagon wheels from 77, 78, whatever year that thing was. So we're going to put these on it. If we can get the son of a bitch to focus. There we go. But we're going to raise it up just a little bit to make it look correct, and these wheels will get painted a candy blue. So let's go ahead and tap this thing, and we will get it into the stripper. Get started. So stay tuned. Okay, and we are back from the stripper. And remarkably, I got this newer stuff. It still says aircraft stripper, but it's missing the main ingredient, I guess, that caused all the problems. says instead of working in like 5 minutes, it works in 15 minutes, so I can live with that. It's had a little bit of the original in there, so I just made a mixture of it. So hopefully it'll still work halfway decent. And with this one, it did. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our tack life, take this stone, and we're going to smooth this roof out. Okay, here we are with our CHiP's, John Baker's GMC. As you can see, we got the sunroof filled in with super glue, and I ground out that Chevrolet in the back, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I just filled it so it'll just be solid back there, and I think it will look just fine. And we're going to take it from there. As soon as I get that done, we can start on something else. I also on the front, I sanded out the the bow tie, since it is a GMC, so that will look, once I get everything all nice and painted, nobody will ever know the difference, because you won't be seeing it anyways. So stay tuned for the next step. Okay, and we're back with our CHiP's, John Baker GMC. I shot the Quicksilver Chrome, and then I decided to sit here for about an hour and tape off these crazy stripes that's on John Baker's truck. Now, everybody knows, they see the ones on the sides, but if you watch some of the videos, I got pictures I'll show in the back, that the stripes go all the way up the back of the cab, and on the hood it has those stripes, and I'll find pictures of those too. Most times you never saw the hood, but trust me, they are there. So what we're going to do is cross our fingers. I have this Wicked Colors pearl blue, and we're going to shoot that over the whole truck and hope that we don't get any bleed out. So cross your heart, cross your fingers, cross your heart, brawl, anything else you can. Let's see if I can pull this off. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are with our Wicked Pearl Blue painted on here. And paint job is, of course, it dries off to a satin finish. Of course, it doesn't come alive till you put the clear on it. So here we are. Hopefully there won't be any bleeding, and I'll have myself a perfect John Baker truck. So cross your fingers again. This is going to be a stressful one. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are with our John Baker GMC CHiP's build. As you can see, I got the stripes laid out and everything turned out perfectly. I got the wheels painted blue. I still have to put chrome beauty rings on those wheels to replicate the beauty rings on the blue wagon wheels, which were factory GMC wheels. Got these really cool BF Goodrich tires, just like their all-terrain TAs, just like they were in the TV show for this project. And our next step, and I put the base in Easy Off oven cleaner to clean the chrome off, and it did a beautiful job. So next step is I got this little stick of styrene, and we are going to bend the roll bar for the back. I have to paint this interior, or at least the back half. That has to be blue, and do a little bit of a detailing on the interior, probably just color change. I got to figure out what color the interior was. Now I know the stripes are a little bit brighter than it was on the truck in the TV show, because they were actually painted blue, and then they taped it off and airbrushed the top and the bottom of each of those 3 stripes. I don't have a airbrush that will go that small to replicate that. It took long enough to do it this way, so this is as close as I can possibly get it. We still have to lay clear coat on it and do the bright work, but these are this is the closest I can get the stripes to the originals. Like I say, they were just a little bit darker silver, and they had a little bit of blue mixed in the center. But if I start trying to do that, it's so hard to get certain details on a 1/64 scale. I would end up screwing this paint job up, and I really don't want to do this one again. It's beautiful the way it is, and it'll look really good when I'm done. So enough ranting. I'm going to get to making a roll bar. Stay tuned. Okay, we are back with our CHiP's GMC step side, and I painted the bottom black because then I'll go back through and paint the bumpers and stuff, and I'm leaving the hitch on there because you might see it pulling my little red trailer back here when I'm done, along with my Holden for my shop trucks, switching back and forth. But what I plan on doing is I have to make a push bar for the front of that truck. I got some 035 rod. It's evergreen styrene, and I'm gonna see if that's gonna work. And I just have this piece of styrene here that I'll make the flat steel part, the vertical flat steel part, and mount that, and then we'll bend these little suckers, heat them up ever so slightly, or just try to bend them by hand and see if I can form it into a brush guard like the one that's on it. And I did it last time on the Fall Guy truck, and it was a little tough because it was a paper clip, but I'm gonna see, hopefully this will work a little easier. If not, I'll figure something out. So stay tuned, see what I can come up with. Okay, and we are back about 2 hours later just to make this little thing right here. And at the end you'll see that the one on the truck, the real truck, looks pretty close to this. And we'll stick it on this messed up one with the stripes upside down. So put the little two Casey daylighters in there. So this was a tough one. It's all made with styrene. Now I have to paint it blue. So there's that. And I made this one. This wasn't quite as hard, but it took me a couple tries to get the bend right. So there you have that. So with that, crooked. File it a little bit to make it look straight. And this pretty damn close. Just got a crooked light here. I'll just have to take it like this and file it on some sandpaper. Hopefully I'll straighten it up enough to where it won't look so bad. So I'm gonna paint this stuff blue, start and paint the bed blue, and I gotta figure out what color the interior is on that truck. So I'll have to watch. I think it might be tan, but I'll have to watch an episode or something and try to figure it out. So stay tuned. Okay, and we are back with all the little bits and pieces to my CHiP's TV show Officer John Baker pickup truck that he drove when he was off duty. Sometimes when he was on duty. But it was a very familiar sight for all us kids back in the day. And it's largely forgotten by most. But hopefully this will be a good tribute to it. Which gave me the idea was with this Matchbox, which did a great job doing this, making this truck, but the Tampo designer must have been a frickin' idiot because they put it on upside down. Why, I don't know. But anyways, I've resolved that problem, and I hope that you will enjoy this. Just got all the bits and pieces here. Did like a camel tan interior, which is close as I could find what it was in the original. And painted the bed the pearl blue. Handmade this little roll bar, which was not the easiest thing in the world, which I can't mount it in until we assemble it. So, and it was painted to match the truck with some little Casey daylighters up there, but Casey fog lights, but I'm not going to mess this up trying to put a K and a C on there to look like a third grader did it. The wheels, he had regular General Motors wagons that were painted blue with a beauty ring. So we got these, which are like a wagon with a beauty ring. He had BF Goodrich's. Voila. BF Goodrich's, all terrains. So we modified and cut the sunroof out so the glass will fit in there, and I detailed the windshield wipers. And for the bottom, all we did was paint it black because I think it was, I can't remember what color it was, but it was chrome. Yeah, it was chrome. And we made the world's most complex brush guard. And yes, this one is the exact replica of what it was. I made this out of styrene. It took 2 hours. And then we fully detailed it with the 2 Casey daylighters, just like it had in blue covers, without the words of sort. I'm not going to do that. And we shot that in the color match to the truck, which it was on the TV show, and chromed the back bumper. And I left the hitch on this because I might want to put a trailer behind it in a future video. So, and last but not least, the beautiful body. I'm very proud of this, although it's not 100% with the silver stripes. They were more of an airbrushed style fade on the top and bottom of each stripe, but it's just so hard to get that type of detail on 1/64 scale. And also the stripes did go up the back of the cab, as you'll see in the glamour shots, the real McCoy and the toy. So, and we chromed it out and did all the details, removed the Chevrolet from the back, filled that center. You know, it said GMC, but it was painted in on that because, I mean, I'm sure they had another color truck, and they put these decals, they put these paint job on these things especially for CHiP's. And you can see the bodywork for the roof, which turned out really nice. So this has been, as Paulie would call it, a mega build. It's been a long time coming to do. It's been a long trip. I have a couple of these, and this is one of my major builds. So let's get this thing together and put it on the rotation table. So stay tuned. Okay, Here we are with the final reveal for one of my favorite builds I've done to this date. The probably about 1976-77 GMC Sierra Grand step-side from the TV show CHiP's. Officer John Baker drove this in a lot of the episodes as his personal vehicle. So without further ado, here we go. Oops. Sorry, Mr. T. Must have hit you in the eye there. Here it is in all its glory. This is probably one of the most extensive customs I've done in a long time. Everything you see is handmade, and like I say, the stripes on it were very tough to paint and try to get even. And yes, it did have those stripes on the hood. If you watch some of the episodes, you will see the stripes on the hood that look like that. We used Johnny Lightning tires on green light rims. Took off all the GMC badges. Used Quicksilver chrome and then taped it off, and then shot some pearl blue from Createx over top, and then doused her in clear coat, which is one of my favorite things to do. And sorry I haven't had a video in a week and a half. It's been quite a hectic time in my family here. My mother's been having some problems, but hopefully everything will be okay. And like I say, hope you enjoyed this just as much as I do. This has got to be my favorite build. It's perfect, at least in my eyes. So enjoy your weekend. Watch the still shots with the toy and the real McCoy. Will be coming up here shortly. Have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, John.
Yeah, nice. I bet he's got a Porsche in it.